We adjusted our combat skills a little bit so we could take Executioner, and swapped around some of our talents. Bill, please pull up your character sheet. Yeah, just tab through those real quick. Yeah, just attributes didn't change that much.
Just gonna give everybody a little bit.
My combat skills, you know, still heavily specialized into summoning and pyrokinetic. Some of the other ones went down a little bit because I had to make room for Elemental Affinity, Executioner, Mnemonic, and Savage Sortilege. So I dropped Torturer because it wasn't helping very much. And I dropped All Skilled Up because at this point, I don't really need the extra Civil point. And the extra combat point's nice, but I'd rather have these other talents. For Bill, we dropped Far Out Man because we found out that that was not boosting the range of most of the spells that we use. And I think he also dropped All Skilled Up, which is going to hurt him slightly more because of how Thievery works. But I think I kept enough Thievery. I think I took it out of your bartering because we have piles of gold. So I think I was able to sort that out just fine. His combat abilities barely changed at all. So yeah, that's what changed on that front. For skills, you may notice that I no longer have summoning stuff memorized because you know what? If the game's gonna let me cheese it this hard, I can just have my permanent little dragon child fully buffed up because I got the other 2 infusions on him. I even tried getting the elemental infusions, but sadly those are incarnate only, so those don't work. But he can take all the other infusions, so he's just gonna have them. And I also had found another summoning ability that I put on him called Amplify, which gives him a little extra Scoundrel, which effectively is going to translate to a little extra movement and even higher critical chance. His critical chance is through the roof. And he has Savage Sortilege, so his skills can crit too. That's just normal for him. So he's buffed to the 9s, and I don't have to spend any memory slots maintaining him unless we lose him, which we're going to do our best to avoid. So that means I get to have a bunch more elemental, like, attacking skills memorized, basically. For Bill, he has that belt that gives +5 memory, which obviously gives him more memory slots than me overall, but he also has to keep like his incarnate and 2 of the infusions memorized. We did consider getting him the other 2 infusions, the warp and necro infusions, but having to give up those 2 extra memory slots and then getting all 4 infusions on the incarnate every time, it just takes ages. So we're just going with this as is, but he had enough memory slots that he picked up a few new skills too. All of them are skills that you've seen us use at some point. There have been no new skills to buy. I'm sure there are skills we could craft, but without looking that up, you know, good luck figuring a lot of those out. Like, we know a few of them, but like the ones for the elemental infusions we had to look up. So unless I just want to sit here mixing random skill books together, which I really don't feel like doing. I even looked into crafting armor, but I guess I must have had a crafting mod in before because like I was able to do things like with an enchanting altar and whatnot that could let you make really good armor if you went through the whole process. Since this doesn't have that, you just end up with armor that has decent armor values, but no bonuses. So obviously just not worth it, but I looked into it. Unless there's something I'm missing about it, it must have been a mod before that let that be viable. Anyway, with all of that having been said, and Bill probably just wanting me to get on with this, we're gonna head to the cathedral. And we're gonna hope, up, down, and sideways, that we're heading for the end of the game. Because if you look at our journal... Yeah, you may as well pick that up. This still wants us to report back to Lord Kim. Well, that's obviously not going to work.
It's not. He's dead.
We're not doing anything with Wendigo because we don't have another sworn breaker. We're not doing anything with the mistake. We don't care about the prisoners. So we're at find a way into Lucian's tomb using that amulet and scroll of atonement. So Arc City Square, or yeah, I think I actually did get the Cathedral waypoint because I had to find some merchants that were over here.
Yeah, because it turns out the only summoning skill book vendor is right near the cathedral.
Yeah.
In this act.
And we just hadn't ventured in this direction, so, you know, that took a second. So, yeah. I don't know, I'm not overly interested in exploring too many of the side areas, so let's just see if we can figure out where we're supposed to be going. Well, that's a lot of blood.
I pledge my life. Oh, Lucian, please return.
These people are creepy. Please return.
I pledge my life.
You are completely ignored.
A lot of blood. Okay, it's a cult.
I pledge my life. Oh, Lucian, please return.
Greetings. Have you come to join us in the endless prayer, or do you wish to walk the path of blood? Lucian's day wouldn't be the same without the faithful gathering to petition for his return. The more voices that join our cry, the better.
Okay, so what is the Path of Blood?
The path of blood is a more advanced form of pilgrimage. I would not advise it unless you believe yourself to be free from sin. And trust me, none are free from sin. The path of blood ends in death for those who attempt it. Consider yourself warned.
So who created this trial?
It was Lord Ahu's creation. He is the crypt's keeper, of course, and oversaw the construction himself. He couldn't have done it without the help of Sanders, though. Quite a talent for engineering, that one. Spends most of his time tinkering with toys nowadays. Such a pity. But that's the price you pay for genius, I suppose.
So, what is the endless prayer?
The signs suggest that if we pray hard enough, Lucian will return to save us. Every year, we gather to offer our prayers in his name. We stand united, hoping that he will favor us once more.
Now, I believe you have the amulets.
Yeah.
And I have the scroll.
Okay. Now, depending on how you want to do this, we can do it any way you want. Yep.
The bewildered ghost stares at her own dead corpse. A single thought emanates from her spirit. But I was pure. You are pious and good-hearted. You have never struck another, nor have you taken what is not yours, nor have you known the pleasures of the flesh. You are, by any measure, as pure as the blizzard-driven snow. But your mind, you suspect, is not. You lust for the man who lives next door. You covet his wife's fine dresses. You push these thoughts away, for you would run the path of blood, and for that you must be pure. To win, you must be pure. And in that moment you understand. Your desire to win is what makes you impure. The paradox makes you smile. All your life was for nothing. You fade away.
Yeah, it's kind of an unwinnable challenge.
Yeah.
Because if some being existed that would pass it, it would have no desire to do this.
I don't understand. I was sure I'd make it. What did I do wrong? Did I commit some sin without knowing? Did I sin by thinking I was pure?
It's
Blessed
all-
Divine, enlighten me!
No, you didn't have the magic spell that lets you pass up. That's basically
the
what this
amulet.
was.
It's a trick. It was rigged from the start.
That's all I took from them. A family like that wouldn't even miss it. I didn't deserve to die because of it.
Then why did you come here?
Yeah, you didn't have to do any of this, really. I mean,
Dead elves have haunted my dreams ever since the war. I thought I'd be forgiven. I thought I'd suffered enough. I was wrong.
How did this happen?
I gave away a small fortune to the cathedral and the schools and the poor on the streets. I paid what was owed. I should be cleansed of my sins.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
Oh, I'd like to figure out how we're supposed to talk to
That guy?
Yeah, I guess the Red Prince will figure it out.
Yeah, he's kind of in an odd spot.
The whole affair with that girl happened decades ago. I've led a pious life ever since. Am I really to be judged for all time because of this one indiscretion?
Yep, apparently. Okay, anyway.
Lucian's statue creaks and groans. When it speaks, its voice is stony. It grinds and crackles with magic.
Thou shalt answer 4 questions.
The magic in the statue
Alright, I'll deal with that in a second.
What's this? I found something.
But.
Okay.
There's a curious-looking panel discreetly nestled upon the wall. Upon it is a lone button. There's a slot in the center of the button. It looks like something should be placed in it.
Alright, hand me that amulet.
Okay, where's the dang source amulet? Yeah, because trying to split this between 2 people is not going to work.
Nestled upon the wall. The amulet fits the slot perfectly. The mechanisms around it begin to glow with source. The button slowly sinks into the wall, as if pushed by an invisible hand. The source fades from the amulet, consumed by the inner mechanisms of the button.
That was 5 points, by the way.
Gears
That's a
turn
lot.
behind the ancient walls, almost like they're acknowledging the words you spoke. A nearby hatch in the floor unseals itself.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure there are no answers to whatever that statue was going to ask.
Yeah. It's a trap.
Oh, okay, going by that achievement, apparently there's some equivalent to making it through that we just dodged, because there's an achievement for making it through without following the path of blood. So I guess there is some theoretical perfect answer. I personally think it would have been funnier if there wasn't. Well, we now have a waypoint, so we don't need to worry about...
the approaching child. He is hardly a picture of innocence. His cheeks are
Oh, of course. He just gets to leave his cage, even though we didn't let him out or disrupt anything about that ritual. Because, of course, the devs weren't going to just respect that choice. They had to make sure this little bastard was involved.
Yeah. The GM's being a dick.
Yeah, just continue so we can get on with this.
You left a little boy to rot in a prison cage, and yet I made it here.
We'll have to kill him. I'm done with this, and I don't feel bad for the little...
Yeah, that cage was inadequate.
Child? That's dark. And very bad for your sense of self, that must be. So let me help you.
We know you're not.
We know you're not very good at pretending, so can we get on with it?
The reveal is...
There was no reveal to be had.
Deeper, rougher, older.
Okay, who are you?
We don't care. Get on with it.
I'm not. Say hello to your mistake.
A razor smile unfolds upon his lips, but his eyes are gone. The light in them has turned black. Any time he may have had as a sane and functional human is well and truly over.
Yeah, we know.
Yes, my Lord Lucian, I'm coming. I'll free you. I'll protect you.
Okay, we get the idea. You can cut
You're
this.
a fanatic.
You can.
Okay, let's fight. A lot of undead in this fight, I guess.
Seriously though, why present the boy in the cage? Why have that encounter? Why have any of this if leaving him in the cage was not going to matter in the slightest and you were going to make us fight him regardless?
I love how if I was an undead, like half of that would have healed me.
Well, he would have used something else. Typically, the AI is smart enough to...
Okay. Let's see here.
All right, he has friends, because of course he does. Can we figure out where they are and how many there are?
Shiva the Many-Faced.
Him.
Okay, it's only 3. 4. Okay. 5?
5 total, yeah, okay.
And I can at least teleport 1.
Yeah, pull one of the ones further away. Or however far away you can manage. Like him.
Yeah, you're one of the furthest away, so...
That you can actually reach with that anyway. Drop it on the main guy.
I like how everyone has friends that just show up.
Out of nowhere.
Okay, so...
And fix your magic armor a bit. That's probably going to be most of the rest of your turn.
Yeah. Okay. And... because I'm really thinking they're going to do more magey stuff. Fine.
A lot of them appear to be mages. Mordaunt.
Yeah, I should be able to cast that. Boom. Okay.
Yeah, we've got a couple of archers, at least a couple of mages.
Nice try.
Okay, actually blocked.
Always nice when that happens. No. Of course I had to be like right next to a pillar when the fight started, so I had to move very awkwardly and waste time.
You're invisible.
And of course my dragon's in front of a pillar too. Well, he's immune to fire.
They called me a mistake!
You really are? Okay.
Oh, you can resurrect who knows how many times.
Just need to make sure that I get you.
Earthquake?
Okay. Okay, he's lost his footing.
Eruption? Oh yeah, I gave you the elemental affinity talent, so that's why spells aren't costing as much for you, because you're in fire and using fire spells.
Well, eruption's happening. Okay, he's burning.
Scorching Ignition would hit a lot of them. It's a weak spell, but...
Hurts, doesn't it?
You could just throw a meteor strike on his head. Fireball.
And if you just keep coming back, we will just do what we have to make you not ever come back.
Oh, I'm gonna eat his soul if it appears.
Basically.
Let's see. Oh, it's down to just 2 of them now. Cool. Suppose I should reposition then. Love that they tried to run out of the fire and proceeded to run through oil that they lit on fire. I think they're just far enough apart, but actually what I could do, fly over here. The nether swap. Or no, you're fortified, so you can't be another swap. Well, that's alright. Exquisite firecraft. Because mages tend to like to run around when they really shouldn't. Oh, that was enough to take him out. Didn't take out his friend, sadly, but all in good time. Or now.
Okay, they're all gone.
Yep.
It's on fire. I'm not moving.
Yeah, just don't move.
Okay. Woo. All the smoke.
you're just standing in, completely unbothered. All right.
Even in death, the spirit of Charon, the great mistake, is lost in insanity.
Lucian, I'm coming. I'm coming, Lucian. I'm coming, Lucian. Lucian, I'm coming. Coming.
Okay, don't take that out of context. Going to look into his eyes.
The spiritual union is sudden. It sounds and feels as if you have fallen to the sand chest first from the coast's tallest cliff. You gasp, and you open your eyes. You bow to Alexander, as Gareth had said you must. You rise, and the bishop's scepter points directly at you. Show me. He is the master. You are the obedient hound, and he wants to see your tricks.
Going to summon a bone totem, I guess.
Alexander eyes the totem apathetically, then waves you off without a word. He doesn't see your fists tighten. He doesn't see your jaw clench. He doesn't know that next time will be different. Your soul rejoins your body with the same force with which it left. The spirit of Charon looks at you. For once, his gaze is crystal clear.
Gonna search for anger.
You find an ocean of rage, storm-torn and heavy, with great black waves battering the shores of his conscious mind. At the bottom of this angry sea, you find the dark silt of regret. Charon wishes he could have been more than he was. He wishes he could have been the creator. But he was the destroyer, and he embraced destruction, fearing he could be nothing more. And there, beneath the regret, lies the kernel of fear from which all of this rage flowed. Fear that he could not be better. Fear that what he was all that he could be. Fear of his own potential greatness.
Well, intelligence would be the highest roll, so gonna try to get him to see the fear, I guess.
Charon blinks once, twice. Then the ocean of anger evaporates. The nugget of fear appears in the palm of his hand. He stares at it, turns it this way and that. Then he closes his hand over it and squeezes. When he opens it again, his hand is empty. He smiles at you, lays his hand upon your breast, and gives you a gift, one soul to another, to enhance your talents as you see fit. Then he leaves for the halls.
Well, I guess I'm a halfway decent therapist once they're dead. Well, he left of his own accord, so... Let's see what I got. I got a talent point. Maybe that's why you had one more talent point than me. You did something that...
The game just went, yeah,
here, have one, and we didn't notice, because we were trying to figure out why you had one more than I, but now we're even. Let's see, what do I even want to take? I could take Torturer back, which would let me light enemies on fire more easily. Or I could take Bigger and Better for just more stat points, although at this point it would pretty much just be going into either Constitution or Wits, neither of which help all that much. Yeah, I'm just gonna take Torturer back and light enemies on fire more. That would have been really confusing if we'd never found him in the sewers.
Yeah.
What